Hey, what's up? It's Symphony here. Subscribe to my brother Mr. Creepy as Hell channel, and when you're watching his videos, make sure you stay in one piece.
As a driver, there are many fears that I have, including getting into an accident or having someone to tailgate me out of anger. But I didn't realize this third fear until I went through it. And it's one of the worst things I fear. And it's not being tailgated, or it's not even getting into an accident. To be honest with you, the latter two actually sounds more better than experiencing what happened to me. I was leaving a party and I was heading back home. The party I went to was an hour away from where I live, so I had to drive back an hour to get to my house. As I was driving, I passed up some woods, and that's when I noticed my car began to just stop on me, just out of nowhere. One moment, the car was driving, and in a minute, it just shut off. Luckily, there was not any other cars or anything behind me or in front of me, or else I could have been in a serious amount of trouble. I got out of the car to see what was going on, and I looked, and after doing some investigation on my car for about 15 minutes, it came to me. My battery just died. I called up roadside service, and luckily there was a signal. I told them about what happened, and they told me that they can get someone out in my area within an hour. That means I would have had to wait about 30 to 45 minutes, but I figured it wouldn't be too bad. After I got off the phone with roadside service, I sat back in my car, and I closed my eyes. I had my windows down, because I obviously couldn't roll them back up because my car was dead. I sat there, and as I was about to doze off, I heard someone whispering. I jumped up, and I looked to my passenger side, and let me tell you, I almost had a heart attack. Right there was a woman sitting in my car. Her skin was all blue. She had on a tore up white dress that had bloodstains on it, and she was whispering to herself, but I couldn't make out what the whispering was. Her hands looked dirty, her nails looked dirty, and there was a wet smell that smelled like flesh. It really reeked at my car. I froze. I didn't know what I wanted to do at this moment. I just kept on being frightened. My heart began to pound like thunder. Excuse me, how did you get in my car? She didn't reply to me. I tapped on her shoulder slowly, and then the woman turned around and let out this inhuman growl. I can see her eyes were clearly just black, and she had these rows and rows of sharp teeth. She jumped in on me on the driver's side as black drool dripped down from her mouth onto my face. I was in such a shock, I just passed out. I didn't wake back up until I heard someone knocking on my window. I looked up, and it was roadside service. I didn't know what happened, but I know what I experienced was real. I didn't tell the guy about what happened. He just replaced my battery, and I was able to drive back home a couple of minutes later. As I was driving, I couldn't stop shaking, because what was that woman? What happened? I was so frightened that since the days after that event, ever since that day, I avoided driving in that area. And now I have a new fear. Being stranded in a wooded area, not knowing what's out there.